Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody. So today we're going to be just going through our second convention. Well, really it was Lila's first convention and my second one. We're going to go through about how much we spent. I mean, as much as we remember spending, really. And then we will go through kind of, some of the pickups we got, some of our goals from the jump, and then some things that maybe we FOMO'd a little bit on, but we'll go through. So I know I spent about $40 in Venmo, and then $45 in cash, and then $5 on Apple Cash. So, I was a little all over the place, but I'd say, I think at the end of it all, it was only $86 is what I ended up spending because I still had some cash left over, even though I Venmo'd for some more halfway through the show. How much did you spend?
I think $11.20.
$11.20. Keeping in mind, I did buy some cards for her, so alrighty, we're going to do a little quick speed run of all the bulk just because, we care about it, but maybe you don't. I got 7 of these Vulpixes. These are all the 1995 versions. What's cool is this front one here actually has a little marker here. It's stamped as something, so I'm going to look into that one just to see. But the rest are just blank, regular Vulpixes. I just basically got them all in bulk, so I was happy to pick those up. That was sick. And that's from Surging Sparks right there. And then I also picked up, I think, 5 of Brock's Vulpix. Basically, yeah, like I said, there's just one guy there that was selling a bunch of these for really, really, really cheap and basically just giving them away. So I just made sure to pick them up because he didn't even have any of them sleeved. They were just sitting out. And I know for a fact that some of those are worth a little bit. And also, I just like the old Vulpix and also the Ponitas. Mm-hmm. You can show off your 3-piece. So you got these all at the same time?
Yep.
And do you remember how much you paid for those?
I got these. I got 14 cards for free from this guy. Just because I looked through every single card to try and find as many Ponitas and Doltics as I could. And I was standing there for like 20 minutes, and he said you can just take whichever ones you want.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had a lot of bulk they really didn't care about, and they were just kind of ready to get rid of and hopefully go to someone who cared about them. Obviously, she's a big fan of all the Ponitas, so she was grabbing out every one she saw. I also managed to get a Ponita first, or this is just a 1995, but I was also able to pick up, which I was really excited about, this Ponita Shadowless, which was huge. I paired it with another card, and I got it for 2 cards for $1. I think I got a Torchic with it as well. So that's another one that I was very happy to add to the collection. I also managed to pick up this Ninetales. That one's going to be for Lila as well. Just a really nice Ninetales. There we go. Focus on it. Alrighty. I managed to grab this Derpy Ponita. She didn't like this one. She saw it and just left it there, and I was like, that's pretty good, but it is a little bit derpy. And then I managed to pick up 3 Rapidashes of this kind. I really liked it. I thought it looked pretty majestic or whatever.
Can I have one?
Yes, you may have one after the video. I picked up this Pikachu for my friend Robert. Pretty sure he already has one, but just I didn't really see much for him. There was not a lot of good Pikachus out there. I also grabbed this duo for these Torchics, so that was pretty fire. Grabbed those 2 Torchics, and then I grabbed Blaine's Ponita. This one I was really happy to get. I think I paired this one with that other Ponita. I paired that one with actually Blaine's Vulpix. So I had both of these for $1. And I know Blaine's Ponita, I know it's not Shadowless, but it is still a really nice card. I just like the motion effect on it, which is pretty huge. So yeah, I got essentially a ton of fire types now that I'm looking at it. And then I also grabbed these 2 weird looking Vulpixes, which I thought were pretty cool. And then a lot of the times, I wasn't really going for a lot of these bulk cards, but it was you kind of have to get up to $1, which we'll get to. I mean, somebody was nickel and diming people, but I was like, oh, I kind of want to just get to $1. So I was just like, oh, well, you throw in this other base card that they didn't really care about. And then I got this Vulpix, this 2006 Vulpix. Also a little bit derpy looking, but that's kind of what I was looking for, just older cards. That was kind of one of my goals going into today. When we went in there, I was like, one, Phantasmal Flames Master Set, so look for the rest of the base cards I need and some of the full arts, hopefully. And then the other thing I was doing was I was like, I kind of want to look more for older cards rather than newer cards, because I already have plenty of the newer sets. Also, a lot of people were already selling the Ascended Heroes, which hasn't even like really officially dropped, which was kind of crazy to see. And also, I'm like, I know what you guys are. But yeah, another card that I managed to pick up was this Dark Rapidash. I got this one plus another card for about $1, which was pretty cool. Let me grab that one actually out of the sleeve. That sleeve is a weird sleeve, but very cool card. I was very happy to see that one. And I just thought it was a neat card. And Lila got a stamped milk tank sheet. For free. So that's pretty clutch. One of the other things that we were doing was just basically, one, going off of just cards we like, pick it up. Otherwise, you know, why even get it? I think halfway through the show, I realized, you know what? I do want Regigigas. So I did pick up a couple of Regigigas cards and just a couple of like shiny cards. I've never had like any shiny cards. Well, I used to, but my old collection is gone now. So we have a new collection. I got this 2003 Vibrava, which was pretty sick. That one I got with this Regigigas, which has a really cool pattern on it. So I also thought that one was pretty cool. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then as far as Phantasmal goes, I got a good bit of Phantasmal to help finish out my collection. Snom.
Wow. For free.
For free. Yeah, I can't believe that guy gave her that.
I got
he
like
gave her a full
13,
art for
14.
free.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm not saying sex plays anything, you know, into that, but
he did tell me I could have him before you walked over and started looking at his cards.
Yeah, I started looking over. You know, I started walking over. He's like, "Yeah, how much you want? You know, how much do I want for those?" But she's just over there grabbing whatever cards she wants, and he's just giving them. So I'm like,
he gave me a little baggie for him.
I started giving her cards I wanted. I was like, "Hey, see what you would take for these?" You know.
Yeah, I did get you a deal on.
Yeah, she got me a deal on these Palmos coming up. But first, I'm going to show off some of the things that we need for our master set. So we have the Flygon full art, which is pretty huge. Very happy about getting that one. I didn't pay $5. I grouped it with a few other cards, including, other cards. I think one of them was a Shaman and, and the Paldean Wooper. But that's not part of, not the Paldean Wooper from Phantasmal. So we got this Rotom EX that we needed for it. That's for Phantasmal. We got the Empoleon EX full art for Phantasmal, and then obviously the Flygon. And I believe the base cards that I did manage to get, like the foil cards, I do believe that all of these ended up finishing it. So I needed a Zacian reverse holo, not a holo. I have plenty of those. Reverse holo, a reverse holo Pawmi. That one was hard to find. A reverse holo Absol.
I got you that one for free.
She did get that one for free. And a reverse holo Gloom. So that was a hard one. That's the first one I've seen in real life. A reverse holo Charmander, reverse holo Charmeleon. I always mix those two up. Charmander, not a big Charizard guy. Swinub, I needed a Swinub reverse holo. And then finally, a Mimikyu reverse holo. So I do believe that gets me just about completed for like the first part of the cards. Now I'm just looking for full arts, SIRs, and that kind of thing. And SARs for Phantasmal. I also picked up for $1. What a steal. Ludicolo full art for $1. And then I picked up 2 Mega Sharpedos in tandem with like other deals just as I was going, because I was doing 2 EXs in the one spot since they only take up one space. And I'm doing by a 4x3 binder, so I wanted it to look nice. So I did pick up 2 Sharpedos, even though I only really needed 1. Now I could have sworn I actually got a Sharpedo alternative art, but I don't think I managed to pick that one up today. I just think the pricing was too much. There it is. And then I accidentally bought this Shaman Holo, wrong set.
Mimikyu.
Or Mimikyu. I'm looking at the Shaman down there. Okay. Regardless, that's basically all the bulk. That's like things that we just needed to pick up. And that's mine for Phantasmal. What you got there?
A Ponyta, a Hold on. Ponyta and Galvantula for $1.
Very nice. Now, leaving the show, we actually went. This was a partner. You want to pull up your greetant?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see. They had a book marked full of full arts, and I saw this one here, Cynthia's Garchomp, a card I have really wanted. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh, they don't have it labeled. I wonder what they want for it. And we paired it with this one. And the guy said, hey, I don't see a price. Let's just do $1. And in my head, I was like, maybe it really is worth that much. And
it was $2 for both of them.
And they gave us both for $2. And we realized when we walked away later, it's right there, but the lighting in there was so terrible. Like, we were looking down and we just couldn't see any on it.
And the rest of theirs were
the rest were like stickered like that. So I'm thinking like, oh, it must just not. And he was like, yeah, I'll give it for $1. So absolute steal on the Cynthia's Garchomp. So I'm very happy about that one. Also managed to pick up this Shaman, this old Shaman with the little hollow foil on it. Very cool. I like the sticker effect of it. Very nice card. I got that one also for all of these, honestly, I felt like everyone won. I felt like I got a good deal, and they were just like, you know what, I'm glad that you actually care about these cards. I managed to get part of that earlier deal. This is the Paldean Wooper I was talking about, shiny. So cool. Very happy to add that one to the collection. And I actually have not seen that Joltik before. When she pulled that up, she was like, oh, look at this Joltik. And I was like, tell you the truth, I haven't seen that one.
I got both of these for $1.
I don't even know off the top of my head which set this is from. And then she got the Alola and Vulpix, both for, I think, $1. I think ended up being pretty good. Then this card was also another big pull. I'm actually going to pull it out of its top loader because I want you guys to see the effect it has on it. But this Reshiram right here, I picked up this one, which was huge. Really like that card. So I picked up that Reshiram and the Charmander Shadowless. So a Shadowless Charmander for, I think, $4. I was nickel and diming, but, you know, I was like, I really want some more older cards. So it's a Shadowless Charmander, which is pretty huge. So I was very happy about that.
No. I got a Deerling, a Galvantula, and a Deerling for 10 cents each. That's 2 dimes.
Yeah, she came over to me halfway through the show and she's like, oh, I got these 2 cards. I was like, oh, like how much? And she was like, 20 cents. I'm like, did you give somebody 2 dimes? And she said, yep. And I was like, all right. I mean, I was surprised that they would have accepted that. Because like I said, for me, I was like, work up to $1. That way you can just say, okay, $1 for the lot.
I looked through so many cards and those were the only good ones. Also, these ones, I gave him 2 quarters and $0.50 because it was my last money I had besides pennies.
Yeah, so if vendors hate to see her walk up.
I know. He actually made such a face when I dropped the coins in his hand.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, so huge heat. And then I think at that point into the card show, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm trying to lock into some Regigigas. And so I started grabbing basically any one of them I could see for a reasonable price. So I think this one he had for $10. And I think I actually got this one for $1. And you might be thinking like, holy, you really ripped that guy off. I promise you I didn't. I just looked up the card, which this time, my goal also was not to get scammed this time. I looked it up and it had just gone down in price from when he had them priced. And I showed him as well. I was like, hey, like this has gone down to about $1. But it's a Regigigas V-Star. It's in really good condition. And I was like, I would do $1 for it. And I said, if you don't want to, that's fine too. But he was like, no, that seems fair. And I think I paired it with the Thievul. I think I got this Thievul as well at the same time. I just like the art on the Thievul. I know it's not really, like, nobody's really chasing that card, but I thought it was just really sick. And this was back to earlier when Lila I sent her up and I said, hey, let me see if you can get these 2. So it's the Palmo and Palmont shinies for $3. They were trying to sell them for $6, and I said, see if you'll do it for $3. So that was pretty sick.
He said, I knew you'd find a way to give me some money.
Yeah, so one of the vendors just really liked her, so I'm glad because I got some good deals off of it. This is another Regigigas that I was very happy about. Make sure it keeps it in the thing. This one actually went up in price, and I shouldn't have even told the guy, hey, you want to check the prices on everything? Because I was trying to get a deal on that Shaman, and he looked at it, and I ended up still getting a deal, but he was like, okay, let's move it up a little bit, because this card actually went up. But this is another Regigigas. This is a V-Star. Very cool card. And now it can add to my collection that way. And then finally for me, actually I'll let you go for a little bit. I've been hogging the screen.
Well, mine didn't match yet what you were doing. I don't even know what this is.
It's just like a character card. You can show it. But yeah, I got that one for $1 just because she likes Ponyta. It's like a trivia
The
card.
only thing I don't like about this is why is their armpits got fire in it?
Well, all of them do.
Yeah, but this one's very noticeable.
Okay, so she hated the card I got for her.
No, I like it. Just
You
also,
should
why
show
is it
them
like...
that Rapidash. We got a
Yeah.
good deal on this one.
Well, we got these 3 for $15.
Yeah.
Because this one...
So he had it listed at $9 or $10, and I looked it up, and I was like, it's going for $6. But that's a Rapidash we have been looking for from Destin Rivals.
Yeah, this is the one I've been wanting.
Yeah, so
for a
she
long
finally
time.
got that one, and then, in hindsight, I'm looking and thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I did get these 3 cards. None of them were for me, but I was paying for them, and I'm like, what?
I just kept picking
Yeah,
them.
she kept picking up cards, and she's like, oh, well, this one's really good. And I'm like, yeah, these
like,
are really
"Try that
good.
one."
And it was sweetening the pot, so I was like, yeah, sweeten the pot. That way I can get the Rapidash. And by the end of it, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, none of these cards are for me. I'm just haggling for her to get her 3 cards.
Yep.
But all 3 for 15 seem pretty fair.
They're really cool.
Do you want to show off your last 3? And then
Sure.
I'll show off my last piece.
Okay. We got these 2 together.
Yep.
I think for $3.
No, I think we did just $2.
Really? I think,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I think we got these 2 for $2. Crustle?
Got Crustle. She really liked that Crustle.
I love Dwebble.
She likes Dwebble, and that Crustle is just so shy.
And the Swin.
The Swinub actually was, I told her to get it, but it was more like, I just really like that card, and I want to have it somewhere in our collection.
I'd been seeing it since the beginning of the show, but I was waiting for like a good
Yeah,
chance
and
to get
that
it.
one was definitely by far the cheapest, and we talked them down to half off each, so it worked out.
This was the best card from the whole show.
Yeah, this was one of the big pulls. Now,
Oh,
funnily
yeah.
enough, we weren't able to find a Joltik, the one from
White Flare.
White Flare with the lamp shader. Couldn't find it, so now she has, I believe at this point, she has almost every single Joltik but that one, so that's definitely still on our radar. We'll be checking back in next month when we go to the next card show. But yeah, okay, final card. Not really a card, but these are the character cards. I got this also really cool case. I got the Pikachu on front. I just paid straight up for this, paid up straight $5. But more importantly, the Raichu on the back. So I got a buddy who's obsessed with Pikachu, and I got a buddy who's obsessed with Raichu. So I figured, hey, 2 for 1. Pick that one up. So each of them will be receiving one of these, which is pretty hype. But yeah, so at the end of the ball, we'll have the total ready. The total right here. Rotate. There we go. The total. That's how much that was really worth. Hopefully we made out just about what we spent. I think more than anything, I had a lot of fun. Did you have a lot of fun?
Yep.
Yep. We had a good time. We went with one of our buddies, so it was good to walk around, just talk. But also we were just like, oh, here's a really cool card. For me, that was a big thing. Is I was like, this time I focused more on cards I cared about, as far as like, this is a card that I was like, I just would want to display. And I wasn't really caring too much about like, oh, this is underpriced and we should jump on this. Like, there's cards like that, and I was like, you know what? I was like, oh, he has that listed at 2. It's really like 10 now. And I didn't even pick it up because I was like, you know what? I don't really care about the money. Like, I'm not going to resell it. We've sold 1 card collectively, and it was the Team Rockets Mewtwo, and we didn't even, because we just didn't really like it. I don't think it's a really good looking card, and for it to be priced at $450 is crazy. So I haven't sold any other cards, and I don't really plan on any. I might get some graded. We didn't buy any graded cards. I've mostly stayed away from them, especially since I don't know if I really agree with the idea of grading, but maybe in the future I'll send in some. But I think all in all, we got some pretty good cards and a lot of stuff to add to our collection. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
because I want to get it so it's framed nicely, so that we don't have bad lighting, we don't look ugly.
I would like that.
What?
I would like that, yes.
Okay, well, then you're going to have to move.